Most people genuinely believe they want change. They talk about it casually, sometimes seriously, sometimes half joking, usually late at night when they're, tired of their own thoughts. They watch videos just like this one, they save posts, they promise themselves that this time they'll do something differently. And yet, weeks pass, months pass, sometimes years pass, and nothing actually moves. Not because they're incapable and not because they lack discipline, motivation, or intelligence. It's because change, real change, almost always asks for something people don't realize they're holding onto: their identity. Most people imagine change as something you add to your life: more confidence, more clarity, more money, better relationships. It sounds clean and exciting when you think about it that way, but in practice, change usually begins as a loss. Loss of a version of yourself that, even if it wasn't happy, was at least, familiar. Familiarity feels safe in a way happiness sometimes doesn't. The mind doesn't prioritize fulfillment, it prioritizes consistency. So people keep choosing the same patterns, not because they like them, but because they recognize themselves inside of them. You see it in small everyday behaviors. Someone says they want to be more confident, but they still explain themselves when no one asked. They want respect, but they soften every boundary so it doesn't make anyone uncomfortable. They want freedom, but they keep waiting for approval before they act. Not because they're weak, but because those behaviors protect a version of themselves they've learned how to survive as. Your identity isn't who you truly are. It's who you're practicing being for years and years. And the nervous system doesn't let go of something that easily. That's why habits alone rarely change a life. You can wake up early, go to the gym, read the books, say the affirmations. But if the image you have of yourself stays the same, your behavior will eventually bend back to match it. People don't talk enough about how strange growth actually feels. There is a moment where doing the right thing doesn't feel empowering. It feels unsettling because your system hasn't caught up to who you're becoming yet. If you've always been the people pleaser, the agreeable one, being direct feels almost rude at first, right? If you've always been the law maintenance one, having standards can feel like you're asking for too much already. If you've always stayed in the background, being seen doesn't feel exciting, it feels exposed. So instead of moving forward, people hesitate. They overthink, they delay, they find very reasonable explanations for why now isn't the right moment. And they call it logic, but most of the time it's protection. There is something else people rarely admit: success changes how people relate to you. A higher level of life comes with more visibility, more expectations, and less room to hide behind circumstances. And if part of your identity is building around being overlooked, misunderstood, or underestimated, actually stepping into your potential can feel like losing a shield. People don't stay stuck because they're afraid to fail. They stay stuck because they're afraid of what success would actually require them to let go of. I've seen people walk away from opportunities that would have forced them to grow. I've seen others stay in familiar chaos simply because peace feels too quiet and too unfamiliar. And I've seen people sabotage moments of stability because they didn't know who they were without the struggle. So when someone says, I don't know why I can't change, what they're often really saying is, I don't know who I'd be without the version of me I've always been. That's the real discomfort. And this is where a lot of self-improvement content misses the point. It focuses on becoming more, doing more, pushing harder, but it rarely talks about the part where you have to grieve. Because real change comes with a lot of quiet loss. You lose the version of yourself that was easily liked, you lose the role you played in certain relationships, you lose the comfort of being predictable. There's usually a period where you feel slightly out of place, not fully aligned with your old life, but not yet settled into the new one either. Most people turn back there. They say, this doesn't feel right, when what they really mean is this doesn't feel familiar anymore. But unfamiliar doesn't mean wrong. It just means new. If you want a different life, you can't keep negotiating with the version of yourself that created the current one. That version will always have a convincing reason to stay the same. So instead of asking, how do I change? A more honest question might be, who do I keep being so I don't have to feel uncomfortable? Who do you keep explaining yourself to? Who do you keep shrinking for? What role do you keep playing because it feels safer than stepping out of it? Because at some point, that version of you stops protecting you and starts limiting what your life can become. Change doesn't usually arrive with motivation or confidence. It arrives quietly through small decisions that don't look impressive from the outside. Not responding, not over explaining, choosing differently, even when no one validates it. And over time, without forcing anything, a new identity stabilizes, not because you tried to become someone else, but because you stopped clinging to who you no longer needed to be. You don't have to reinvent yourself. You don't have to be willing to let go. Most people aren't. And that's why most lives stay the same.